Hello, church. Hello, church. Hello, church. No, I always say it like a question.
Oh, my bracelet makes funny noises.
Well, at least we both have cardigans on.
My teacher cardigan.
Hello, church. Welcome back to NVLIFE at Home with another segment of Meet Your Church. I have Heather Jameson with us today. She is one of our kids' life workers. She helps with fifth grade, and she does a lot of our filming segments.
Yep.
And I mean, you could tell us lots of things that you do.
Lots of things, like just with children's ministry, I guess, is where I got started with serving our church.
Anything I ask her to do.
Basically.
Yeah. So tell us, how long have you been coming to this church?
Oh my goodness, we've been coming to Napa Baptist for like 3.5 years now. So
to Napa Valley Life Church. You're going to tell us a little bit about yourself today.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Well, first tell us what we love to hear about people from our church is, how were you saved? How did you come to fall in love with Jesus?
Well, I grew up in the church, so since I was born, basically, baby dedication, all of that. I grew up in a Southern Baptist home in South Carolina, born and raised. My grandfather was also a pastor, and I think I was 6 or 7 when I accepted Christ. So around Easter time, I don't know, I remember it being spring. Just grew up in the church, and I don't know, it's just one of those, it's I think that with any of us, we all go through hills and valleys, and I feel like recently I just started reconnecting in my faith as well, and I think it's just being plugged into the children's ministry and helping there, and really learning a lot more about the gospel, and so it's just one of those. It's been in my life forever, and it's kind of like when it's been a part of your life forever, it's kind of hard to really pinpoint when did I finally love Jesus. I think that loving Jesus is knowing him more. So when I was growing up, growing up, you have this sense of the Bible because it's taught to you, it's preached to you, it's embedded in you at a very early age. So I think there's a difference between that and then truly knowing God. Yeah. And then when we really wrap ourselves around who God is and really start knowing him is when we really start loving him. And I feel like I'm loving him more and more now in my 30s than I did in my younger age. So,
and I think it's funny how you said learning more about him when you were teaching, right, in children's ministry. Yeah. We have learned a lot about the Bible, and having to go over curriculum stuff. We end up going back and forth when we're going over a lesson or something. You and I are always like, wait.
I didn't really, what? That happened?
We find ourselves actually learning a lot together when we are teaching the kids, so that's pretty cool. What's one thing you're really excited about being part of the church and where it's going and what we're doing?
Well, being a teacher, that's like my gift. I feel like just seeing the direction that our children's ministry is going, from when I even started here 3.5 years ago and to where it is now, and just our growth and the number of children that we have in our church, and seeing that grow is really, it's been great, because that's what called us and called me here, and having Bella is our children's ministry, and finding a place. I mean, we had a list of churches that I was going through here in Napa that I would go to, and then if I didn't feel comfortable with the children's ministry, I was like, if you're not going to treat my child, it's not that it wasn't with love or anything like that, but if you're not, I don't know how to put it, like preaching the gospel, right? And showing God's love in that sense with knowing who God is in the word, then, and if I didn't feel that connection there, then it was like, I can't be a part of this church. But when I came here, it was gospel-centered. So when we came here, it was very different, just the atmosphere and all of that, and feeling, and you feel it. And so seeing where we were 3.5 years ago with children's ministry and where we are now, you can totally tell the growth. Yeah. And that's one thing that I'm looking forward to in our church.
Is using your passion for teaching the
gospel
for students. Well, we're very happy to have you, Heather, and we're glad to have you part of the team and part of our church and using your passions here. So thank you guys for joining us for another Meet Your Church, and we'll see you next time.